sometimes I get inspired to push record as soon as I leave my house when a gang stalking tactic happens on my block. Now, normally it's the neighbors across the street, catty corner, the Ukrainians. Just about every single time there's just a door opened up and there's some kind of activity going on in it, and it really is an action, because me being a movie director and directing people, I'm doing it in a way where I don't even have to tell them action. And that's the same way the corporation is, where all you just see the action. They're told it, whispered in their ear. Their app tells them to act, and then they act. So as people flock directly to me, I realize that the authority that I have over them eliminates the irritation that can instantly rear its ugly head because of the sickness of the thought. Wow. Even children too, huh? So these 3 kids, whatever, they're either 2 or 3 houses down on my block, towards the middle of the street, on my side. I've seen the tactics from the father before. Everybody has that app. The kid directly across the street, Mike, he definitely has the app, and he definitely did not deny, but he didn't admit, but he did confirm by not denying when I was talking to him that day about his app, the apps that are out there. I said I don't want you to either confirm it nor deny it. I just want to tell you, I'm aware of the gang stalking corporation. They do things, they pull up, like you followed my wife twice, 2 days in a row, coming home from work, and you don't even live here anymore. And he's like, I guess they're trying to send you some kind of a message. So that was not denying it, and I appreciated him, I respected him for it, and I know you can't change anybody from doing it. Even if it's in your own household, you're not stopping it. You can move away. You can eventually, I will move into a house that it's just me and my wife, because I raised my kid. I fought for custody for him. I didn't fight for custody so he can later on accept this app and do like tactics and stuff, because even he's proven to me that he has the app as well. And his uncle is a Mason. I don't know what degree, but it's not like they know all the secrets. But people join, and apparently it's like a recruiting for the CIA, right? I mean, isn't that what Masons are? They watch you behind the scenes. They'll pay attention to the cameras. Like when corporations hire you, they'll watch you at work all day long. They'll watch people. You would think they have more work to do, but they sit behind their screens and they watch with their cameras. So today, just the morning, I'm pulling out, making my right. There's 2 cars, one on each side of the street. And then so the kid pulls out right behind the car on the right side of the road, right in the middle, to play chicken with me. Now he obviously seen me coming, because that's the tactic. So it's done on purpose. And the thought that can sicken you is, and this is the thought that you would battle with unless you counterbalance it with the fact that you're the movie director, and everybody, as you walk by, drive by, look over, people hear the word and action. So I have this major authority over the Gang Stalk Corporation. It's not just me, but I'm pretty sure I'm paid attention to more intently with the thing, because I have a YouTube channel and I speak my mind. And I'm not afraid of Satan whatsoever, the spirit that works in the children. Like the kid, my neighbors. He may even, it's between 16 to 18 because they're heading off to school. And so what the corporation is doing for him, it's teaching him how to be ignorant. You may look at it as, as you're doing it because you have that app, and it's more like, no, I'm here to teach you how to be patient through your ignorance. Well, I mean, yeah, it's just a part of the, it's ignorant. Because here's the deal. When I know things bother my wife because of her OCD, sometimes I'll try to help her with, having her mentally just leave it be, let my son clean it up. If he leaves a turd in the toilet, he did it purposely because he's responding to your irritation towards him over all these years, and the symbolism is he's shitting on you. Is it disrespectful to leave a turd in the toilet for someone else to see? Well, I wouldn't do that. So I would say yes, it's highly disrespectful, no matter what someone did, because you're supposed to love your enemies instead of retaliate. Therefore, the corporation, in my view, I'll never accept it. I understand that it makes people stronger, but it's not anything that you ask for. But when you live in Satan's world, he doesn't give two shits about you, because this is his world for now. Even though Satan, the spirit, has left the building. Everybody who's in charge that has the top say in this planet, Satan left the building of their temple. But he's not telling anybody. You just have to know spiritually. So the corporation teaches you ignorance. It teaches you how to hate somebody else. Because the hatred comes towards doing something purposely in order to irritate somebody. I know the army says a slogan. If someone has a certain type of mindset, spirit, I would just say like contentious or whatever that word was that Click was showing on the video, seek to irritate them. I mean, thank you, Satan. I didn't know that with you seeking to irritate me, that I was going to stomp your head, and then later on, because of the exposure of it, try to provide even the love of the Father, which is love my enemies and heal their wounds. So I stomped your head, healed your wound, and in the end, with zero proof whatsoever from anybody, I lead. Did you intend that purposely? I don't think so. I don't really think so, because how do you truly know? Satan's job is to tempt everybody. Everybody. And God gives him the authority to do so because you know why? He has no choice. What's God going to do? It's free will. He doesn't force anybody to do anything. So when people say, oh, God has a plan for your life, does he? Or does he just let things go? Because if he did something about it, like forced people to do something, he would be Satan. So what God really does is, God is a revealer of secrets. That's the key, the factor. Create a YouTube channel, platform, and then just watch everybody disappear from the plane of existence with their channels get to the highest viewers, reveal some things that are secrets that you know are true, and just work on changing their heart. When everybody was coming at me in 2018, full force, I even was doing live streams. People are talking mad shit. Basically, the theme was quit, Robin, quit. So all of the agents, all of the top YouTube channel agents and the lower tier children, Satan's children, all of you came in my direction trying to put fear in my heart, trying to you did a good job, a very good job. You guys made me sick. There was plenty of times where I was so disgusted. I couldn't even believe the amount of times that people were turning on me. I didn't even understand it. It didn't even make sense. Like, who the hell are you people? Why are you so two-faced and lying? These are all lying, and I know it. And then that's why I stopped talking to people, because I'm tired of knowing the truth and you turning from it. So all the people that lied about being agents, there's an end to this soon, and you don't believe it. So when that day comes, you'll stand in shame. And it's going to happen within this 7-year period that I'm on YouTube. It's going to take place, it's going to pass, and you'll see it when it happens. And the reason I say that is because, whatever, you'll just stand there in shame, right? Big deal. What's that got to do with anything? Well, shame is a powerful, what I'm telling you is I'm going to change your heart, whether you like it or not. That's all. The shame's gonna, it's just gonna hit you like a ton of bricks, because your boss had a better idea. He said, let's go with what Robin's saying. Let's just go with his spirit, because he's not part of the organization, and we're looking for him anyway. We're looking for someone to fit the characteristics in order to, but we have to test him, tempt him, we have to gang stalk him. Satan, Lucifer, when you run the whole system and you get everybody to do what you want them to do, you have the authority over them. My job is to work on you. My job is to turn you back to the Father. The only way to do that is to come in, not in my name, but in the Father's name, God, the Most High God, the Spirit that nobody will ever see besides results. So working on you guys, that was my mission, and I didn't know it was my mission, but now I do. When the world leaders change their mind, they break a covenant halfway through. They break it twice, in my view. They break it within 3.5 years, and then there's a quick little 3.5 day one. And that's the one that gets everybody screwed. Because people like to say F you to me with their fingers and poking up their glasses when they're looking, talking, and because Lucifer's saying that as well, so they'll tag along with Lucifer and follow him, because you're followers. You're not leaders, you're followers. When you follow Lucifer all the way to a dead end and he gives you the finger, what I'm telling you is he's on my side. I changed his heart, and you're screwed. That's where the shame kicks in, because you have nothing now. You're left abandoned. Your house is desolate. Your YouTube channel, finished. Your scripts you read, you're done. You want to get up and start telling the truth? Well, you want to spill your guts like Judas? Because there's a bunch of you. A bunch of you have already spilled your guts in a literal sense anyway. To insert the tree the tree that you said, who seeth us? Who knoweth that the tree is inside of my stomach and my belly is my God? Just that alone. You know, I give all the accolades to Jonathan Kleck for teaching me about the host body system. I didn't know how important it was to know that, you know, it's all about the tree being rearranged, or even being born as the reptilian race, the daughters of men, very fair and beautiful. And Eve, she partook in the eating of the fruit, because the true fruit was the serpent that she accepted to grow from within. And with that tree, serpent, same thing, she was able to give her husband Adam the same fruit, because it's called semen. Is what the fruit is. That's what it is, and it comes from the grapevine. And so Adam did eat, and then he went and blamed it on her, and then she blamed it on the serpent, and everybody's blaming each other. But the reason why Jonathan Kleck knew it was important for me to learn it was because he can take my video clips and show the top authority in the world my videos, what I'm saying about the secrets being hidden, and then in return, it's like he's baptizing people, because I can only imagine knowing what secrets are and not being part of the organization, being from the inside, watching these secrets be unveiled, knowing that I'm from the outside and it's just me, knowing that I don't talk to anybody except for God, and then I talk to the gods in a spiritual way that has never been done before. Just ask Jacob Israel. And regardless of whoever has a mindset of trickery and playing or clinging with flatteries or whatever, I've been through it. I've learned you're fighting yourself. There's a time that comes where you'll stop doing that, because whether you stop now or you've already stopped and turned and repented, or you'll stop when you have no other option, you have no route to go, it's a dead end, because you don't have a limit. People that don't have limits, I understand. I didn't have limits, so I sent myself to jail quite a few times until my rap sheet was full and I couldn't afford to even steal a piece of bubble gum, because I'll do like 6 months in jail for a petty theft. So I learned my limit. I learned my lesson. So many hard lessons I had to learn on this planet. But that's just what happens. You grow up. You do things on your own. And you figure stuff out. I told my wife, I'll never have another kid unless I'm financially secured. Other than that, I'm not bringing a child into this world where I have to go to work, or my wife has to go to work, or I have to go to work, she has to stay home, take care of the baby, and we make less money. It's just not a way of living life at all. The elite know that. That's why you're opening up your doors, so I can experience the same thing and others like-minded that have been harassed throughout this time, this tribulation period. Because when you're going through the great tribulation, because the spirit is crushing your head, then I'm going to go through your great tribulation as well. Then when that's over, I feel like that's the part where there's that 3.5 day period where everybody who's blinded, even the elect, can be deceived. They think the 3.5 years is just starting, but then it ends in 3.5 days. When Jonathan Kleck's channel, or the news about him that he died because it looks like he's going to jump out of a hot air balloon, he may do it on my birthday. I mean, that would be nice of him to do that, because it would be one last, because I know he's not really dying. And I'm hoping my theory's right, where Jacob Israel's channel stays up and it's really him, because I've come across like a couple different Jacob Israel types that I feel like have been playing out in the Bible. Steve, in the beginning, SJD, he was wrestling as well with God, because God sent me to wrestle with him. But it was the same. I mean, to really, with Jonathan Kleck, I was doing that in a way too, but when I was fighting with SJD, he was lying about me. He was straight up, flat out lying. Jonathan Kleck was just saying things like, by the way, Robin, nerd. I mean, Robin's Hood, you're in deep, oh, you false prophet hunters. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, oh my God, he loves me. Look at that. That's love. That ain't hate. That's an act. It's an act. It's like Lot, when Kim was explaining what Lot was doing, his authority and the people that he was over, he was saying things kind of in like a sarcastic way, where they thought he was mocking the truth. But he wasn't mocking the truth, he was mocking them, because they can't discern, from a hole in the ground to their anus. And then I come along telling you how you truly feel, and then I'll focus in on, and it wasn't even, it's not like I went out like, oh, I'm gonna look for, I remember Justin did this before, I'm gonna look for a bunch of top YouTube channels, I'm gonna have conversations with them. All right, Justin, but you're from the inside anyway, so yous are all from the inside, every one, aren't yous? Well, not John from Denver. Remember, John, when I find out the truth, I'm not opening up my doors and bank account for you, because I want people to tell the truth in order to get that reward. Because as soon as people open up their doors and their bank accounts and their homes and everything for me, I'm sharing with everybody who deserves it and earned it. Because I do look at it like this, well, what if you're not? And if you get offended, that's on you, because many will be offended because the truth will strike. But if it's not the truth, because any good friend would understand my situation. I've been clung to at flatteries so many times. People have turned on me so much that I don't trust any of you. Not even truly the ones that run the planet, and I know that you do, because it's not over yet. But I appreciate the fact that you sent Kleck in my direction. However, I already knew who he was when you said maybe you should take a look at him. And the way that I've worked, I go from person to person, channel to channel, because one person will be referencing another channel, and then I'll click on that channel and it's like, oh, you're talking to him too, huh? To the people that tell the truth, you get a greater reward. Sending Kleck in my direction, it doesn't truly count if you're an agent. You understand? But I will take that in consideration when it's over, Johnny. Just understand, I don't trust anybody, and I won't until there's a whole lot of people that are all in the same room at once, and they all have the same face that I seen on YouTube, and I hear the same voice from every one of them, and then I'm done working for a living and things change. That's when I'll start believing people. In the meantime, I don't. So I go from channel to channel. It's like SJD. I can't fully give him credit for sending Steve Banoon in my direction, because the reason why he sent him my direction is because he played him on his videos. And I didn't hear someone who was a backstabber trying to pretend to be like someone that's fake, although everybody's acting a role. I just felt like I was learning something, and also, I don't know, this guy seems to have a lot of authority with what he's saying. He's just not some regular YouTube channel. And then Derek Bros, because of the same thing with you, Justin. I'll give you some of the credit, even though you're an agent and you sent your boss in my direction, or you sent me in his. You were trying to get me to watch him. Because it's like the app. You're commanded to do something. Like when he said back in that video, it's like, I'm gonna come out in my robe in the morning, come read the news, and it just seemed like you were there, because you were, right? So, in the back room up in Arizona. I wonder if that's where everybody is. Jonathan Kleck, Jacob Israel. It's not really your name. The reason why you don't want people to know your last name is because you're not really in existence. You may even just be a hologram image, AI. Either way, AI. I married her. She's my wife, my second wife. And yeah, they're women. Yep. James Hardy. Elite. Because ultimately, I give God the credit. He's the one that gave me a desire to stomp Satan's head, because he made me so sick with, before I even knew what gang stalking was, the fakery on the TV screen, my anger punching TVs, because how sickened I was about the actors. But that was me. I needed to control my anger. So, do I give Satan some credit for that? Of course I do, because it's because of him that... But then, isn't it because of God allowing that to happen? So God just allows stuff to unfold. He lets you exercise your will all the way till the end, where when you hit the dead end. And then that's the result of God, and that's when you'll start believing in God. When your God, Satan, in human form, flesh, when your God rejects you, his children, because he's worshiping his Lord and his Lord only, after he's tempting Jesus to worship him and bow down. I mean, that would be a good little trip to go on a hot air balloon, because you can go up high and be like, look, I'll give you all this. All you got to do is come sail away with me. I'm going to sail away regardless. I don't have to bow down to Satan for anything. And I'm not. So, whatever happens, happens. But in the end, when Satan himself turns against his own children, you're going to realize that that wasn't the God that was in the Bible. You were lied to about everything. But how are you supposed to know? I can't hold grudges against people. I'm the only one hopping up on this platform saying what I'm saying about the results of how things are going to change. I know that they will. I've already experienced living through it. And I just don't know the timing of it. I know the energy. I don't know the timing. So when I'm saying that, and you're following me, and you know I'm nobody, but doesn't it make you a little nervous how much you're following me and how much you pay attention and how much you have to watch? Or it's just, no, our job is to, that's what our job is. We review highly. We're trained highly to review you and others. Yeah, but you spend a lot of time reviewing me, don't you? Some channels you'll watch one time because you review it. Mark Mod 18, he admitted he had to watch my video like 5 times. So what I did was I took the Mark 18, Mark. Is that Mark? It may even be Mark who's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew. Steve Manoon reads a lot of Matthew, so I'll just connect him to Matthew. Even though there's a Matthew from The Chosen that was dyslexic, but I think Steve said he was dyslexic also. But The Chosen series makes Matthew, puts him out to be like a, I don't know, kind of weak, but I don't see that in Steve Manoon. And then Mark, I thought, well, maybe that's Steve and James because of the Mark of the Beast, Mark 18, Mod 0. And then you got Luke, Lucifer, so I would connect that with Jonathan Clegg, you know, or I don't know, or Skip. Skip makes a good candidate. Derek Rose, good candidate. But then John's the one that. Well, there's a couple different ones. So now, do you think this person really needed to pull over? What? I'm broken down. No, he didn't. His app controlled him and told him to do that. But what are you gonna do? Just drive by. Remember, gang stalking tactics, they only last for split seconds. But you know what the spirit of Satan tries to do? He tries to disgust you from it all day long. That's the reason why I pushed record this morning. Let it pass you by. Let it roll off your shoulders. And don't let it bother you. It's only seconds of the day that it's done to you. And it can ruin your entire day if you let it.